Back to the show. Dan, I can't believe you had me talking about horse racing for all that time. And now I'm thirsty for one of those black-eyed Susan riffs.
I know you are.
Speaking of horses, and we got to talk to the logistics folks over at the PGA. I feel like we've been doing like hopping back and forth across the country like it is nobody. Like we're in California, then we're in Florida, then we're in Texas, and then we're in North Carolina, and then we're in Georgia. I mean, like
it's worse travel agent than Steve Moore.
I wonder if the PGA's logistics team also handles Bryson's flight bookings. I don't know. I don't know. Could be. But we are heading to Dallas, Texas. I can't wait to get back on Spieth Island. I'm just telling you.
He's here. Spieth Island. I think Spieth Island's in Texas somewhere, isn't it?
I think it's at this new course they're playing at this year. So here's the deal, man. I mean, this is in the past, right? So the Byron Nelson has always been kind of one of those buffer weeks between, before a major. And typically it hasn't been a really big field draw. But this year, they got a little treat. They've got a hell of a lineup. One of the better fields that we've seen outside of a non-major, pending a non-major. And you got lots of choices and lots of top tier players showing up this week. You've got let's see. Well, hold on. Before we get into that, let's talk about the course because allegedly the reason that we've got this audience that we have today. They didn't play it last year, the Byron Nelson, due to COVID, but they were playing at the course was Trinity Forest. And that just was not a really big hit. I think, 2 years ago, they had this big heat wave over 100 degrees and paramedics coming in, hauling spectators out of there. They had a monsoon come through that delayed, I think pushed it to a Monday start, I believe, or a Monday finish. I think a year or two before that, same kind of thing with the rains. It's like, okay, guys, what are you not getting about Texas in May that doesn't really work out? Nevertheless, they have moved the course to, I believe it's the next 4 or 5 years, to TPC Craig Ranch. And here's the thing, like the dude, Craig, that built this place, I mean, he named it after himself, so can't wait to meet this fella. Hey, we should invite us down. We could do a course review. But so names it after himself, TPC Craig Ranch, and they were building a like this big hotel that was going to be on site. I don't think it's finished yet. I think that got delayed with COVID. But so TPC Craig Ranch hosting this year's AT&T Byron Nelson Classic. Here's the trail. I'll get into the par 72 or 71, but it plays as either a par 71 or a par 72. It's just south of 7,500 yards, Zoysia fairways, bent grass greens. Again, they didn't play this in 2020, but the previous winners, 2019, Sung Kang, 2018, Aaron Wise, 2017, and I'm surprised he's not here, Billy Ho, because he didn't play Quail Hollow either, did he?
I don't think so.
I don't remember seeing him. Yeah. 2016, Sergio Garcia, and 2015, Stephen Bowditch. So that's where we wind up at TPC Craig Ranch. Now, of note, so this will be the first PGA tournament that's been played at TPC Craig Ranch. However, they did play the 2008 and 2012 Korn Ferry Tour. I don't know if it was I don't think it was the Korn Ferry Tour Championship then, but what is the Korn Ferry Tour now? You had Luke List in 2012 at T13, Cameron Piercy at T19, Bryce Garnett at T19. And in 2008 at the Korn Ferry Championship, you had Leishman, who finished in a tie for 7th. Webb Simpson isn't playing this week, but he was a T11. And that's really the course history here. I'm sure some of the other folks have played it. As a matter of fact, I think Jordan Spieth actually won his first tournament here, but I didn't see what the event. It wasn't a PGA event, wasn't a Korn Ferry, so it must have been a collegiate, some kind of event that was happening there, or not collegiate, like a high school event or something was going on. So we do have some folks that have seen the course in years past, but again, talking 2008 and 2012, so many years ago. Let's see. So you got about 9 holes that Rowlett Creek runs through. So it kind of intertangles and weaves its way through the property on 9 or so holes. I did mention that it's a par 71 or 72, depending on the setup. And that's given the 2 short par 4s that are there, and it's hole number 14 that can either be played as a short par 4. I'm sorry, hole number 12 that can either be played as a short par 4, or it can be played, a long par 4, or it can be played as a short par 5. I think everything that I've been reading is the indication is that it's going to be a par 71, and they're going to play it as a long par 4, but that is not confirmed yet. So I don't know about that. I don't know that it really makes a difference, for that particular hole. So I think they're in good shape there. Of note, so I think this is going to be kind of a driver's long hitters course or bomber's course. There are 2 short par 4s that should be drivable. It's number 6 and number 14. And I think both of those are coming in around like 350, 60 yards ish. Well, number 6 is, it's listed at 361. I think it can be played, and then 14 is 341 yards. So there's a little bit of trouble around them. Again, doesn't mean they can't go for it and kind of bail out, for sand traps, et cetera. So, does that put Bryson at a different spectrum there, being able to go for it? By the way, DJ, I did see he is out. Yep. He got the Koepka syndrome, hurt his knee. So he said he's going to take a little break, rest up. I don't know. He's probably that knee probably translates to I got driver issues. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, obviously,
well, you and I were talking ahead of time. We're like, well, how serious is DJ going to be this week anyway? So.
Well, I think as serious as Koepka is going to be, right? And it's like, hey, let me get 2.
It's true.
Let me get 2 tournament rounds in.
It's true.
Because we haven't seen Koepka since the Masters.
Right.
So let me get 2 tournament rounds in. Actually, I don't want to make the weekend. I just need to get some reps in. Mm-hmm. So, that's not words out of Dannenmein's mouth. I mean, that is out of Koepka's mouth. He only wants to win majors. That's all he focuses on, and he doesn't practice before any tournament unless it's a major. Yeah. So there you go. What else is kind of so something interesting. So this will be the first time probably that we've seen it as spectators. So, well, at least from a PGA perspective, and hole number 17 was intended to mimic hole 16 at Waste Management. So that kind of stadium, par 3 stadium profile kind of thing. I did see they were going to have, I think it was like 25% capacity from COVID restrictions. So, we won't get the full breadth of what TPC Craig Ranch has to offer, at least from that aspect with the fans and the way they built it. And they have really built it to be. So if you kind of read about what Mr. Craig did from, his main goal was to get a PGA Tour event there. And it was, you can stay on property. You don't have to have shuttle buses, plenty of trees for shade for the folks that are there. And, and again, kind of mimicking that stadium hole at TPC Scottsdale, right, to give the spectators that kind of, that noisy, high energy experience. So, yeah. So, hey, I mean, it should be a good tournament, man. Hell of a field. Yep. All the, I don't want to say all the big guys are there. I mean, you've obviously got some people taking up. Rory for one. I mean, he just won. He ain't showing up. DJ hurt his knee, so he's not showing up. But it's I mean, Dan, anything else?
He's hanging out with Medina Spirit.
He's hanging out with Medina. He said, "Hey, give me two.
Winter storm in mid-February that the ice across Texas caused some significant damage. Nearly 5 acres of tees and collars were replaced due to the damage in the storm. That creek runs through the property and crosses 14th and 18th. But yeah, I mean, you hit all the major facts, of course. Yeah.
By the way, if you haven't tried this yet, I don't know. I think you can. Yeah, well, I know you can order it online. But this Still Austin bourbon whiskey is absolutely, I think it's fantastic. Mm-hmm. If you haven't, give it a try. I'm definitely going to have a few more glasses while we're recording here. So I'm thinking this is going to be a lot like Phil at Quail Hollow. It's going to start out really, really strong. I don't know what you're going to get at the end.
Awesome. All right. Should we get into it?
Let's peel it back, man. So again, DJ is out in the 10,000 and better. You've got DeChambeau, Rambo, Spieth, the man from Spieth Island, Hideki Matsuyama, most recent and current Masters champion, and Daniel Berger.
Real quick, do you know how we talked about like a while back, like Fowler designing golf courses and stuff like that?
Yeah.
You think if Spieth actually made a golf course and called it Spieth Island, if that would be like a huge attraction? You know how like Tiger's got the putt thing now, and they got like the
I'm getting a membership.
Top Golf.
I'm getting a membership.
Spieth Island comes to the town near you.
It's hey, maybe that's what they're doing at Baker's Bay. Maybe they're trying to turn Baker's Bay into, maybe secretly, maybe Baker's Bay is actually Spieth Island. It's just don't call it Spieth Island because everybody will show up.
That's right. That's right. Good point.
Maybe. And then of course, you got Bucky over there in the background going, hey, let me have it. Let me have it. We'll commercialize this. It's possible.
Good stuff.
It is possible. So $10,000 and better range, Dan, who you got?
I'm taking Bryson. Bryson is, from what I've been hearing about the course, it's pretty wide open. It's pretty long. It's going to be driver friendly. I like Bryson. I know you like Spieth. We haven't seen Spieth.
Of course, I like Spieth.
Here's the thing. It's like it's getting to be the time of year where like Daniel Berger starts to really heat up. He loves these months here. This is when he played, and he won the at Colonial last year, right, and all that, and then he did really well at the RBC and etc. He heats up this time of year. We haven't seen Hideki since the Masters. I'm not sure if he's come back over here because there's a sake shortage or whatnot over there now. And then the Rambo missed the cut last week. So can he bounce back? Yeah. I mean, that guy rarely misses a cut. I like Bryson here the best, but who do you like the best?
Well, before I talk about who I like the best, because I'm going to talk about him for a while, I'm going to talk about Hideki. So he flew back to Japan after the Masters. He spent his 2-week quarantine. He spent 2 weeks in quarantine. Couldn't go out and do anything. And then he turns around and he flies back here. I'm like, why'd you fly back? I don't get that. So that's a guy that I'm fading this week. I think there's going to be some challenges there. And again, I mean, what he did at Augusta, looked really good. Is the putter going to show up for him here? He's on bent grass greens. I don't know, but I'm fading Hideki for that reason only. Lots of, in my opinion, unnecessary travel.
That's one guy that needs to make sure he missed the cut before he leaves town.
If you say so.
Quarantine and everything.
Oh, I know. Exactly. Who I do like here. Yeah, I'm Spieth all the way on this one. I mean, if you look at, so by the way, thank you to Fantasy National for providing stats for us as we're looking through this. I'm looking at the last 12 rounds, all courses. We don't have any history or stats at TPC Craig Ranch. So if you're looking back at tournament history, you're going to see tournament history at Trinity Forest, not TPC Craig Ranch. And I think I'm going to be kind of relying heavy on recent form here. And let's face it, I may be a fanboy. So I'm Jordan Spieth all the way. I'm looking at his last 12 rounds, and I see a lot of ones, and they're not in the same column. So yes, give me Jordan Spieth. I don't know how he's not the highest valued player here. He's $10,700. And I think he's far going to outscore everybody in the field, man. Don't get me wrong. Everybody else is picking him too. But in order to keep up in DraftKings, I got to have him in there. So,
okay. So I just want to go on the record here. I'm going to get our analyst on this. I want the analyst to go back 1 year. And I want to know if Jordan Spieth has missed more Cal lineups or Rahm cuts. Because I can guarantee you it's probably like Rahm cuts has probably missed less than the Spieth in your lineup.
That's
fair. It's fair.
Allegedly. What I would say is I do like Rahm here. I think you said it. He missed a cut here. He missed a cut last week at Quail Hollow.
Yeah.
And there's no reason. I mean, Quail Hollow should set up really nice for Rahm. And obviously, his game wasn't there last week. I don't see him missing a cut 2 weeks in a row. I mean, he is like T5 all the way around. Yeah. And I think Rahm's strong here. If you want to pay $11,000 for him, I think you can. I don't know that you have to. I think out of that group, I think probably Hideki's the one that I'm fading the most. Second is Berger. But again, I don't know why Berger's here. I mean, I guess he's just getting some reps in, right? So again, I don't know if he actually wants to. I mean, it's not, and it's not fair. We're not saying that these guys are showing up to throw the tournament, but I think if they don't.
Remember Colonial this time of the year last year? It's right there in Texas.
I know.
Berger likes it. He likes Texas.
I know. It may not be a bad play.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So the $9,000 range, I'll start at 99. I'll just call out some of the notables. You got Koepka. We haven't seen him since the Masters. You got Zalatoris, missed the cut last week. Hold on. Before I get it too deep into this, you could actually go through and set your DraftKings lineup and only pick Texas players.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you've got a chance to win. You've at least got a chance to make money.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is solid as hell, man, as far as this Texas crowd that's coming out of here. So, and I'm not, the people that I'm mentioning are not, actually the two people, Zalatoris is a Texas guy.
I think is a Texas guy.
Yeah. But Scottie Scheffler, I mean, you got
Sergio.
You got Sergio that lives outside of San Antonio.
Brian Palmer.
They're not Texas guys, but you got Leishman and Day. I can't talk about Day yet, but you got Leishman. Which is, I mean, I don't know why the Australians play so well in Texas, but they tend to.
Yeah.
But you got Palmer, Sam Burns. I don't know. I mean, is he dehydrated? Has he? I mean, get the man an IV. He may be dehydrated.
I've never been to Australia, but just looking at the old Foster commercials, there seems to be some kind of cultural kind of interweavings between Australia and Texas.
Cowboys,
down under.
Livestock.
And,
maybe. Yeah. I can see it. I can see it happening. So who do you like in the $9,000 range? So, I mean, I don't know. What's BK going to do? Who the hell knows, right? I mean, he didn't look horrible at the Masters.
No, I still don't trust the knee, and with no recent form, I'm not going to take a chance on him here. I mean, he could flat out go out there and win. I mean, he did play well at the Masters. I think he's probably in decent form. I haven't seen it, so I can't tell you he is or he isn't. I just don't trust it.
How long had it been? How long had it been since we'd seen him before the Waste Management? Well, I guess he missed cut at the Farmers, missed cut at the Amex. Yeah. And then we're back in December and another miscut. Yeah. And, and he goes and he wins, right? And I scratched that. He didn't play good at the Masters. He missed the cut. But you got a first and a second, WGC.
He surprised us a little bit at the Masters though, right?
Yeah. But you got the WGC second place, and you got any one Waste Management. So I don't know, man. That's a dude that can just show up and get it done flat out. You know, if he's feeling good and he's healthy, it can happen. So I'm fading him.
Yeah, me too.
Yep. Yeah, I'm fading him. I think DJ is probably going to swing by on Friday and pick him up in the jet.
You think so?
Well, or Bryson probably has 2 planes booked. So he's like, hey, DJ Brooks, don't worry about booking a flight. You can use mine if you need it.
There you go.
So Zalatoris, he missed the cut last week, but that dude's been playing. He's got really good.
He's got a lot of off-course stuff going on. He's got engaged. I heard he got a new Howell. He's just got a lot of just stuff going on. So I don't know where his head's at. It's probably at where Brooks is doing well next week, right? Is he playing next week? He is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Zalatoris?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think he's playing next week. Yeah. No. Actually, I don't think he is. I don't think he is playing.
Well, maybe. Yeah. Okay. What is if he wins this week? Does he get to play?
If he wins, then there you go.
I don't know. I don't know. That's allegedly, right? I don't know. Yeah. The whole non-tour card's so weird with him. Yeah,
that's the thing. Yeah. So, but I don't think he's playing. Yeah.
Okay.
But I like everybody in the 9. Well, outside of Koepka, and he's a question mark. I'm not saying I don't like him. I'm saying I definitely wouldn't bet him. But in a DraftKings lineup, I mean, shit, man, it wouldn't surprise me for him to come out and pull off a top 10. Fitzpatrick, I can't say that dude is. I think he's a pick to win here. Scheffler, Texas guy, of course.
Yeah.
As long as the putter kind of gets back in form, you're in good shape there. Burns, I don't know if he's dehydrated or not from that session he had after that win down in where's that, Newport Richie or what outside of Tampa,
the Valspar.
So maybe Who Leishman? I don't know. His numbers don't look great on here, but I mean,
He's showing some signs of life. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's he's fifth at the we haven't seen him since the Masters either. So fifth at the Masters. So got something there. Of course, Ryan Palmer, it's Texas. I mean, how the hell do you not play Ryan Palmer in Texas? Sergio Garcia, he wins this time of year in Texas. He lives in Texas, so I like him there. So I don't know. I don't have any direction on the $9,000 range except pick somebody or multiples from the $9,000 range.
I think I like Scheffler and I like Palmer. Those are my two guys I like. But
so
again,
is your primary lineup going to be 100% Texas?
One of them probably will be. Sam Burns, and you and I were talking about Sam Burns. I mean, he just won. Yeah. So coming back to back is going to be tough, but then he had a ton of mixed cuts. So he's kind of been up and down. He's been, hit or miss. Day missed the cut last week. That was just strange, right? No, Day's 8,900. He's not in the $9,000 range. Yeah. So I'm not as
but we can have Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong. I mean, I think you got some folks that can get hot or cold. I mean, who's hot? I mean, I would like to say Zalatoris and Fitzpatrick and Scheffler is hot, but then I'm ignoring Burns at just one, right? So how can you not call him hot? That's a mixed bag for me on that one. So, all right. So in the $8,000 range, once again,
did you talk about Fitzpatrick real quick? Did you talk about him? Because he's go ahead. He's fourth at the RBC, 34th at the Masters, 9th at the Players, 10th at API, 11th at WGC. And then 5th at Genesis. Those were his last 6 starts. So the worst is the T34. The best is he's got a T4, a T9, a T5. He's got a couple T10 and the T11s. I mean, that guy's been playing really good golf.
It's going to pop, right? I mean, it's going to get there. And I mean, is this the week that he does it? I think the course should set up fine for him. I don't see any challenges
and off the
there.
Tee, he's 12th. Last 50 rounds, he's 12th. I mean, he's not bad off the tee. So yeah, I think he's a good pick here. He might be my favorite in that category, the $9,000.
Yeah. I don't know that outside of Koepka, I don't know. I'd probably fading Zalatoris at $9,700 this week. I mean, I'm leaning Scheffler, Fitzpatrick, and Palmer in the $9,000 range, and in that order.
Yeah.
So 8,900. Jason Day missed a cut last week. However, he's won this tournament. Obviously not at this course, but he's won this. I think he's won it twice, at least once. Siwoo Kim, Harris English, Thomas Peters, Westwood, List. I mean, Aaron Wise, previous winner, Kuchar. We hadn't seen Kuchar in a minute. Charles Schwartzel, man, that guy is coming off that wrist injury. I mean, that guy, he's playing some solid golf. Let me start at the top here and let's see who we want to talk about. I like Day and Siwoo. I think both of those guys probably have some game here. Day, I mentioned it earlier, like he and Leishman. So he missed the cut at Fargo, missed the Masters, 35th Players, 31st Arnold Palmer. So I wouldn't say he's been playing great golf, but I would say that, he does like Texas golf. And I don't know, I'm probably just on, where he's at. I mean, his numbers, putter's not there. So I'm not sure that that's a direction to really go.
Heck of a ball striker, though. Last 24 rounds, he's 13th off the tee, 13th tee to green, 27 shots gained total, 29th ball striking. The putter's the only thing that's really kind of getting him around the green third. So, yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I think he could do well here.
Yeah, Siwoo, last 4 tournaments, he's 33rd or better. We haven't seen him since Hilton Head, though. So, that's I don't think he didn't qualify for the Masters, and who knows what's going on. Probably just taking some time off. But so I don't know about Siwoo. Harris English has been kind of hot. I mean, when I say kind of, right, it's 43rd at the Fargo. He missed the RBC, 21st Masters, 26 API. So I don't know. It's I think this is the kind of course that English could get it done at. About Peters. So Peters here's another guy that Rickie Fowler should probably get. If he doesn't like Stuart Sink's set schedule, he should get Thomas Peters. 13th at Corrales, 15th at Puerto Rico, and then that's all he's played this year. But I think he's played in.
Well, he played in the team event, right?
Yeah, right, yeah. Let's see, Westwood. I don't know, man. I thought Westwood was coming in as nothing, and then where were they at was it the Bear Trap they were at? Where was he at when he just absolutely did play?
Well, he's at the Players and API.
The Players and the API, yeah. It just played lights out. But then he missed the Honda, missed the Masters, and 60.
He got a little tired. And I don't know where he is now.
Yeah.
Hot streak.
I do like Luke List here. I think that's a solid play. He's got good track record here. 6 at the Wells Fargo. He missed the Valspar, 58 at RBC, 17th at Valero. So I like where Luke List is today in his game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a good, I don't know if he's going to be heavily played. So that's kind of the reason that I'm leaning on the List side is I think there's some good value there. And I think maybe, I mean, I could be wrong. We'll see. We're not experts at this, but I think, are we experts at anything, Dan?
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Oh, perfect. In that case, but so I don't know, but I like List here. I think this is going to set up well for him.
Well, he's 10th off the tee last 24 rounds in this field. 19th tee to green, 16th ball striking. Those are good numbers. Where he's going to struggle is around the green and putting. He's 96th in putting, 83rd around the green, 15th DK points. But I mean, like you said, 10th off the tee is a long course. He should do well here. Yeah. I
mean, to say he's not a bomber, you'd be remiss to go down that road. I mean, he's there, right? If it's around the green, right? Depending on where his bailouts are, et cetera. I mean, that's going to kind of be the hang up for List. But I mean, he's gaining strokes on almost in almost every category. And he's solid. And I like him coming off that sixth place finish at Quail Hollow. So.
Mm-hmm.
The other guy I like here is Aaron Wise.
Mm-hmm.
So he won in 2018 and top 5 in strokes gained on the field in Charlotte. Where did he finish? He finished.
He was 9th at Wells.
10, I believe.
9th at Wells.
9th. Sorry. Yeah. 9th at Wells. He missed RBC, but again, I mean, I'm looking at recent form and where he's at. So he's another guy that's gaining strokes across the board. So, and he's hitting the ball well. He's putting really good. I'm going to ride that guy for sure, man.
Yeah. 44th at Valero, 13th at the Honda. Yeah. I mean, it's just good form. Yeah. And then he's 15th off the tee, last 24 rounds, 41st around the green. 145th putting. That's tough. That's really tough at the side.
But I know he turned it around last week. That doesn't mean it's going to turn off. How many rounds are you looking at? You looking
24.
at 12 or 24?
24. Yeah.
Thanks, Fantasy National, by the way. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's so those are probably my 2 favorites in the $8,000 range, or List and Wise. I don't know, Schwartzel and Mitchell. I mean, look at what Mitchell did over the weekend. I don't know what's going to happen when he gets to Texas. That could be, I don't want to say questionable, but I mean, he definitely wasn't on. I don't think Mitchell was on anybody's radar prior to 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
17th at Valero, 69 Valspar, and 3rd at the Wells. So I don't know that he was on anybody's radar coming into Valero, but he's kind of got the ship righted, I would say. I don't know what it looks like once he gets to Texas. So I'm fading that he's going to have the Lee Westwood syndrome, and he's going to be tired from carrying around carrying Rory McIlroy around on his shoulders all week.
Yeah, Charles I like, but I don't know if I like him here. He's 85th off the tee, and I think you got to have that here. I think you got to be a little bit longer than that, right?
Yeah.
And then Cam Champ is 6th off the tee here, or in this field, last 24 rounds. But he's just got a ton of red on his scorecard, man. 125th shots gained total, 136 around the green, 144th putting, 96 DK points. There's just a lot of red there. And I didn't like what I saw last couple times I've seen him play. So,
we saw him at the Valspar, right? So
we saw him.
Is it him now?
Yes, him and Finau.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. So yeah, $7,000 range. Taylor Gooch, the Gooch, his numbers are pretty.
No, that was the not the Valspar. Not you're thinking of the match play at the
Yeah.
New Orleans, not the Valspar. That was the what is that thing called? Zurich.
The Zurich Classic. Yeah. Good catch, Dan.
Hey.
Way to correct me and make me look like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
I just don't want to. Yeah, that's good.
No. Let's see. Alexander Noren, I think this is the first time he's been in the $7,000 range, almost $8,000 range. First time he's been there in I don't know how many tournaments, a bunch. So it kind of goes to show what's going on with his game. I don't know. Gooch, where's he at? I mean, his numbers look decent. His approach numbers, he's ranked 5th on approach, so it looks really good there. And that's the other thing with Rowlett Creek running through this thing, man. I mean, there's going to be a lot of layup or a lot of go for it to try to carry shots that are going to happen. But with Gooch, so Gooch was 26 at Wells Fargo, missed the cut at Valspar, 46 Honda, 5th at the Players. So I mean, recent form, I don't think there's anything to be afraid of from Gooch. I mean, if you like to play him, I think he's probably a solid play here. Carlos Ortiz, we haven't mentioned his name in forever.
Oh, don't go over Charles Howell.
Well, I've got him below. Okay, yeah, he's below. No, go ahead.
Yeah, Charles Howell. So last 24 rounds, 11th off the tee, which I like here, right? 20th shots gained total, 28th tee to green, 46 ball striking, 17th around the green, 77th putting, little red there, 88th in DK points. If you look at the recent form on Howell, 39 at the Valspar, 18th at the RBC, missed the cut at Valero, 29th at Corrales, Punta Cana, 9th Players, 36 API. I like the recent form. I mean, he had one missed cut there in his last 6 starts or whatnot. He's got a top 10. He's got a top 20. He's hit the ball pretty dang good. And, with that, if you're looking in this price range, you want somebody, again, that has that length off the tee. And I think he gives you that. Yeah.
I wouldn't argue with you there, Dan.
Yeah, there you
go. Who else? I can't wait to talk about this guy. He's had 10 starts in the calendar year of 21. He's missed 4 cuts, and he will also be collecting a $4 million check at the end of the 21 season.
A lot of fours
for the player incentive program. It is Rickie Fowler. I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna. I
played him last week.
I played him in a lineup or two, but hey, I ain't falling for that shit again. Those commercials are not suckering me into that losing bet again. Not gonna happen. He plays Quail Hollow, should be like. I mean, it ain't his homecoming, but he's got a good track record.
Yep.
Listen, I don't know if he's ever played this course. He may. I mean, he's definitely never played it in a. Outside of like just a money match walking up, hey, you want to play? But so he missed the cut at Wells Fargo. But here's the other thing: 17th at the Valero. So shit, and it's like now what are you? 65th at the Honda, missed the cut at the Players, which is that should be a Rickie Fowler home course. So I don't know. I'm fading Rickie Fowler probably for the rest of the season. I hope that I get to recant. And I hope I get to say that I can't wait to play him in every given weekend. But I don't know, man. Lots of red. The only thing he does good is around the green, which means he ain't driving it good, and his approach isn't good, and he's getting it on the green. He's scrambling, but then he can't make a damn putt. So yeah, lots of issues.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Or distractions.
I'm staying away.
Who else we got? I don't know. Russell Knox, his putting scares me. Peter Uihlein and Sebastian Munoz. Those could be some maybes. Scott Stallings, his approach.
He popped up a little bit last week, didn't he?
Yeah. He didn't. He looked. I think he looked pretty good. Fellow East Tennessean. So it's. I went the other Tennessean, or I'm going the other Tennessean. What
about Ben Martin? 11th last week at the Wells. He missed the cut at RBC. Again, different type of course, very narrow, small greens, that kind of thing. 34th at Valero, 9th at the Corrales Punta Cana. So last 4 starts, he had a miscut in there, but he almost had like a top 10. He had number T11 last week. So, I mean, hey, off the tee last week, he gained 2.8 shots. I don't know. I mean, hey, I'm just saying he's got a lot of green here for Fantasy National. So I just wanted to take a look at him, right? 38th off the tee. Not bad.
No, I'm going. I like Camilo Villegas, 11th at Valspar, 25th at Heritage, 17th at Valero. He did miss Corrales, but 8th at Honda, 4.6 strokes gained total over his last 5. And the strongest is Teeter Green. Well, it's Teeter Green at almost 2, and then over 2.5 in putting. So, Camilo's had a lot on his mind over the past, year probably or so. And for the past couple of years, but I mean, this guy's kind of turning things around. And I mean, off the tee is not great, but he's making up for it everywhere else. So, I think that's something. And then my man Sneds, he putts good on bent. So, that's key. And 11th at Valspar, 42nd RBC, 6th at Valero. So I'm thinking this course is going to set up good for Sneds. I think he's going to be one that he's opting for the layups on on some of those shots around the creek. But I like where Sneds is at $7,400 this week.
Yeah, I do too. I like Sneds here for that price point at $7,400. I like him here. Anybody else? You liked Hoagie, didn't you?
I want to say yes, but I like him for some outright bets on maybe like leading on the first day, but for some reason, and bent grass, by the way, is his worst putting surface. So that's the thing that scares me about Hoagie here is, yes, I do think if he could get the putting righted, I think you got something, but yeah, I don't know. It's and I mean, what Perez? What's he going to do here? I can't believe you haven't talked about Doc Redman for 30 minutes.
I haven't talked about Doc Redman in a while. Yeah, yeah. Talk about the challenging year for him for sure. Yeah.
Who Jonathan Vegas I like here. I think that there's. I mean that guy's kind of getting 43rd at Wells, 48th at Valspar, 18th at Corrales, 30th at Honda. And, if you want to go back that far, 2nd at the Puerto Rico. So I think Vegas is, when I say he's a contender, I mean, I don't know, you get a top 25 out of him for $7,200, maybe. Scott Piercy's got some history here. So I think it's Piercy. I could be lying to you. Nah, never mind. It's Cameron Percy. But I do like where, and I mean, his numbers look like shit, but I think he finished really well last week. 11th at the Wells. So, again, but I don't know. That's one tournament. But that course was playing hard, man. I think we're going to see this course play kind of similar to what happened last week.
I do too.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be as hard, but I think we're going to see some of that.
Yeah. It gets tough as you get down here, though. It gets really tough because I'm looking for off the tee. I'm not seeing a whole lot of guys that are, top 20 off the tee,
Yeah. Tom Lewis. He's actually his numbers aren't bad all the way across. So Tom Lewis looks pretty good. I mean, he's good under 20. He missed a cut at Fargo, 48 Valspar, 25 at RBC, 54 Valero, 56. So, I mean, he kind of says I'm a cut maker. He ain't gonna really get you anything too solid. Who else is looking good? Roger Sloane. I played him I played him last week or 2 weeks ago, and he missed a cut, so I swore off his ass. Played him at Valspar and Valero, so I said, yeah, well, that ain't happening. Hey, not falling for that one again, Raj.
Yeah. So
Will,
go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah. Will Gordon, right? He's 9th off the tee, but then you get approaching around the green. I mean, he's, averaging ranked 130. So it's like, well, okay, great. You can drive the ball, but you can't, you can't get it on the green. But when he does, I mean, he's ranked 61st in putting. So, I mean, at least he's, it's not horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. I think in this category, though, I like in the $7,000 range. I think I liked Charles Howell III. I think is one of my first picks there. Who do you like best in the $7,000 category?
Rickie Fowler.
I bet you do.
To miss the cut.
You like Sned.
No, I like Camilo and I like Sneds. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like those two. Those are my two top ones out of the
Was anything in the $6,000 range that you're like, Well, I can take a look here.
There were a couple, oddly enough. So Will Gordon off the tee. I just mentioned him. Troy Merritt. His off the tee is 126, but everything else is kind of pretty decent. So, I think Troy Merritt's worth a look here. Here's a guy that's, I don't know. So, and he's played, he's like he's like the gotcha guy. It's like when the people come on the show and they're like, "Hey man, is there anything we should know?" And I'm like, "Nah, it's not really a gotcha kind of show." We're straightforward, but it's like every time you see that Sabatini, every time you don't play him, like he scores really well. And I'm not saying he places really well. I'm saying generally speaking, he's scoring good. So I don't know. This could be a place where Sabatini kind of breaks his little slump. Nate Lashley, he's ranked 14th in DraftKings points. Off the tees, 112th. So I don't know if that's, that's kind of against where you are. But no, I don't really.
Josh Teeter.
Which one?
Josh Teeter.
That's maybe. He didn't look bad except for his putting sucks.
Yeah, 34th at Corrales, 22nd Puerto Rico, 50th AT&T Pro-Am, 40th Amex, 54th RSM. RSM was last year. He goes into last year. He had pretty bad form last fall, but so far this year, he hasn't missed a cut yet.
Cameron Percy did play here he played in the 2012 Korn Ferry Championship. He was T19. I know it's a long time from 20, we got almost 10 years difference, but I'm just saying, he's got some course history. He played well here, when he was there, and his numbers aren't really horrible. They're decent. For $6,600, if you went heavy on the top end and you need to find somebody low, I think Percy doesn't look that bad on paper.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Yep. Mm-hmm.
What is he? 63rd off the tee, 14th in approach, 39th in DraftKings points. Putting, he's 113, but shit, I don't know if that's really going to come into play. It's going to come into play, but I'm saying if you're for $6,600, you're kind of looking for, hey, just give me something, right? Yeah. Just give me a tuber and I'll get you something out of it.
All right. We got to get on to one and done.
You go first. I'm still undecided.
It's taking Bryson. It's Bryson's week. It's Bryson's week.
Let's see. I'm so torn. I'm torn like an old sweater, Dan. I definitely wasn't going to go DJ either way. I definitely wasn't going to go Hideki. And I'm not only trying to talk about the top. I'm going Scheffler. If I've got Scheffler open, I'm going Scheffler. Texas guy. He's been playing solid golf. I think he's got something to. I think and we may have a back-to-back winner. We have back-to-back winners. Scottie Scheffler wins the AT&T Byron Nelson Classic, and first-time major winner, Scottie. I can't pick him next week, but he could be the PGA champion of 2021.
Okay, that's good. I like that pick. I like Scottie. Yeah, absolutely, man. So coming up later in the week, we're gonna release a show. I think probably on Thursday. It was Union Horse, right?
With Wilson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So disclaimer, it could be a bit of a long show. We didn't talk a lot of golf, but we did talk a lot of, we talked a lot about Union. Well, here's the fun thing that the reason I had a good time talking with Wilson and Dan did as well.
Oh yeah.
Is, so Union Horse and I got a little cloudy towards the end of the show. I pulled a lefty. I was strong coming out of the gate, boy, but I didn't finish good. But it's and a lot of people, you probably don't have Union Horse on your liquor store shelf. You can order it online, but you probably don't see it in the store. And it is in plenty of stores, and we get into the allocation or where it's distributed at, et cetera, in the show. But, he was kind enough, well, not kind enough, but it was fun to be able to talk about other bourbons or whiskeys that you may drink. And we kind of related them back to, well, hey, this is Union Horse. And if you like I think we talked about some Maker's Mark, maybe. I think I don't want to, I don't recall exactly, but we definitely talked about some other.
Four Roses.
Four Roses, sorry. Yeah. So from a high rise standpoint. So we definitely talked about like in comparison, hey, if you like this, you might like this, and you might prefer this, or you might drink this more often, being Union Horse, because it tastes a lot, some similarities between kind of, outside of boutique or craft distilleries. We talked about kind of the namesakes and the staples on the shelf, which was a lot of fun. He's a wealth of knowledge when it comes to whiskey. And Dan did such a good job on that show. Wilson's coming back up in a few weeks. So we've got a second tasting. So I don't know if it was like he wanted to, it was like, you're going to be able to break them. And he didn't break us on the first one. So now we get a second one. But it's always, you got to be careful when you start the show with, no, challenge me with whatever and pour it on. It's like, okay, but just realize that's what you asked for.
It was a good blind tasting. We had some Goonies quotes.
Oh, we did have some Goonies quotes.
Some other movies in there too, weren't there? I thought there were some other movies in there too.
Ooh.
But
Didn't we talked about Roadhouse?
Maybe Roadhouse. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was good stuff. Yeah, it was fun.
No, but it was
nice
good.
Nice
yeah,
guy.
And by the way, Union Horse is fan. And I hadn't had it before. I'd waited until we got to sample with him and kind of get it from the horse's mouth. And it really worked out. Worked out good, man. It was so good. Again, we're gonna have our second tasting, and I guess I don't know what we're getting. He doesn't share. He does these blind tastings. By the way, I didn't get all of the spirits correct. However, I think we did taste some spirits that weren't necessarily public knowledge.
No, they weren't.
So I mean, I don't know how I would have I got them correct in a sense of what I said I thought they were, but I was trying to guess some labels. So I'm not guessing labels any the next time. I'm just going to guess. I think this is a high rye mash bill or all rye mash bill, or this is a bourbon or whatever it is. I'm going to have to skew my, and by the way, he did not charge us for that educational episode. Wilson, if you're listening to this, don't get any ideas. We will not receive that bill. So yeah, be on the lookout for Union Horse. Good luck in your DraftKings pools this week. If you're playing or if you're outright betting, good luck as well. Don't bet on Medina Spirit. There's a good chance that something squirrely is going to go down. And looking forward to whipping up a black-eyed Susan prior to the race.
Come see us in Atlanta.
Yeah, come see us in Atlanta. We'll be at the Mitsubishi Electric Classic this week with Monty and many of the other Champions Tours players.
Hanging out with Miguel.
Hola. We'll be at the Perch. We'll be the tall guy and the short guy smoking stogies and talking trash to whoever's around and drinking some exclusive beers. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great week. Hey, if you haven't liked it yet, hit like, leave a review, even if it's bad. We love bad reviews. It helps us get better. Or we just do more of it.
Yeah.
Either way, Birdies and Bourbon, Instagram, Birdies _ scratch that. Instagram, Birdies_Bourbon. Enter the giveaway. It's ending on Friday. Weller's Special Reserve. Some cool stuff from mainly BW Putters. Holston River Fishing Company, South Holston River Fishing Company. And if you haven't tried Still Austin, please do.